Talk to me about the fasting, because that freaks everyone out as well.
Yeah.
And look, you grew up on YouTube. I mean, let's talk about this elephant in the room, and me as well to a certain extent. So, although I did it later in my life, so I don't know as much of a YouTuber if I was like 15, but you've been on YouTube for the last
10, 11 years.
Started
with breakdancing videos, yeah.
So let's talk about that, because, you know, knowing that YouTube is watching you changes your choices a little bit, right? I mean, sometimes it turns life into a performance art, you know, and I think that's a fair criticism, maybe for you and maybe for me.
Yeah.
You know, does that change the way you do things? Is everything a little bit of a performance sometimes?
I'm always conscious that it could be that way when I do stuff. The fast was purely for me, but I documented it because I thought if the results come that I expect from these, then it's laid out for people from the beginning. And I want to find simple solutions that everyone can try, hence the urine therapy, hence the fasting. If I can solve my issues with this stuff, and it seemed like a cure-all, like all of my research into it, into the books and into the old stuff and into the modern stuff, it seemed like the cure-all. Everyone I spoke to, I knew that I had to do that. And then, so I documented the journey, because then it's laid out. No one can challenge it. It's not just a story. It was live at the moment, sort of Truman Show-esque. I vlogged every single day of the fast, and I got skinnier and skinnier. And
also a good performance. It also was a good show.
So many people tapped into it. It's so interesting that people are I'm watching it. And then the crazy thing is, and hopefully this isn't the end of the movie or the sequel or whatever, but what a crazy ending, huh? Like, to come out of it, and then I was asking for healing and return to whole, and it's okay, you want healing, you've got to remove all your attachments, you know? Because you're not whole if you're attached to something, that you're not complete. You're attached to veganism, and veganism's attached to you. Let's pull that plug. And then we can start on the next chapter.
So the fast taught you what you needed to do next. It showed you that you needed to
retrospect, like looking back. Yes, yeah.
Now, some people say though that, you know, that was you not understanding your body. You go on a water fast, I mean, for 35 days, which is pretty incredible in itself. And then now, of course, you're all going to be messed up in the head, and of course you're going to reject this, and then you've heard the arguments.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
I was struggling before that. I don't get how people can. It's really phenomenal to me. People in such denial that they'll go, it's the fasting that messed you up, or whatever. It's like, no, I was suffering, hence I fasted. And for me to go to those lengths, to fast for that long, I was really going, 1 week's not enough, 2 weeks not, like let's say 3 weeks for candida, my toenail fungus and some of the gut issues people would label as candida. So after 3 weeks, that should have cleared, right? Came back 4 or 5 weeks, and I stopped my fast when my body told me to stop as well. I listened the whole way through. And when you do any research, it says 40, 50 days is completely fine for most humans. Right? If you've got more fat on you, then you can go even longer. People go 3 months and stuff. And there's clinics all over America and stuff that do these stuff for 40 days comfortably with patients and stuff. So I did it. I Skyped with doctors and stuff while I was doing it occasionally. It was all fine, broke my fast. And yeah, I was suffering before it, hence I did it. That was the reason I did it. But people are going to look for scapegoats and things to blame, because it helps them remain with their beliefs. But truly, I'm here to converse with you, to just make people don't have to go as far as I went to question the diet if they're suffering. If it's working for people, that's fine. Keep doing it. Keep going with it. Just what starts as a conscious choice, make sure it stays a conscious choice, because that's obviously what happened for me. It stopped being conscious when my body was suffering, and it was limiting me.